All right. Think we're live. The All right, looks like we are. Yep, there we are. Morning, good morning, or afternoon, or whatever time it is where you're at. Welcome to the stream. Uh, if you are new to the stream, I have been working, or excuse me, if you're new to the stream, I stream here on this channel my adventures learning and creating digital art for the most part, um, with the occasional rant and tech review and rant in a video game. Lately, I have been working on a stylized diorama and just kind of finishing up some of the props. And this little wooden stool is the most recent one. I have been using Blender 2.8. I'm still definitely adjusting to some of the differences, but it seems pretty solid so far. Um, that's why I chose kind of a simple prop for my first project in Blender 2.8, and so far I love it. I am super impressed with what they've got going on here. So where I'm at right now, I have the low poly, and what I did was I do this pretty much with each of my props. This is the original, and as you can see, it's just one piece. Name this and if I go into edit mode, you can see I have my UV set, and it's one object. And what I do is I make a duplicate. I'll hide that one. And I split it into separate parts. So I have the seat, I have the seat low, and then we have the legs low and the metal. And the reason I UV it first, I guess we could go into the UV editing room. Yeah. Is if you look where the UVs are now, I know it's not the greatest UV packing job, but I find that the Blender, oh, definitely need to, why did that do that? Huh. Or maybe it's fine. Oh yeah, it's fine. But if you kind of just notice where the UVs are here, like for example, the seat top and bottom, and then if we jump into like this one, you can see they're in the same exact spot, and that's really important for the workflow that I use. This workflow lets you export your object or model as one file into Substance Painter or Marmoset Toolbag. And as long as you name each piece accordingly, it will see each piece of the model as its own model. That way, it's kind of like doing an old school exploded bake without having to do the explosion. Excuse me. So let me that unselectable. Let me jump up to the high poly. I'll name this one high. And collapse that, turn that off. High poly on. Here's the high poly sculpt. Looking good in Blender here. I did this I did the sculpt in ZBrush. And I exported it here into Blender. And I have the metal parts. I need to just make sure I name them accordingly. If you remember on the low part, I had it metal low. And since this is the high poly parts, I need to let the program, whatever program you're going to bake it in, know that. So I'm going to name this metal high. That way it'll see that, hey, I need to like align or take the information from metal high and put it onto metal low. As long as you're naming it accordingly. Oops, the bolts. I don't want to be on their own. I actually want to join those. That way the bolts will bake into the metal low mesh without having to add that geometry. And the last part is the seat. Hi, there we go. Yeah, we're done first. I think we'll be okay. Let's see. I think we'll be fine. I need to tweak this a little bit, I think. Let's jump into the vertex mode. And we'll go to wireframe. Let's see, let me turn off legs and the seat, both the high and the low. See here, I'm not really cooperating. It's gonna look ugly later. That. Sure what I can do here. Yes, I could cut it. Maybe. Maybe like this. Gonna cut it. The knife tool. D. Knife tool. E. Cut through. I made one up there, but no big deal. Same thing. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Knife tool, Z. Knife tool, Z. H. I can just kind of clean this up a touch here. I don't need all the E. This one, I just go here. I'll just leave that one. Do another little quick one here. Last. Merge it last. That looks okay on that. But what I want to do is bring the metal back. And I don't know how this is going to work now that I've added the bolts. Hopefully it won't screw me too much. Add a shrink wrap of surface. I that. Alright, let's keep above surface. 0.02 I think is what is recommended. Yeah, move. Oh, that'll be fine. We're gonna see that part. Outside one might be visible, so I'll move here. Object mode and apply. And I'll just go through and repeat that on all of them. So we did the metal, let's do the legs now. On my legs low. Shrink wrap. Two. Apply. Like that. And last but not least, got the seat. Shrink wrap. Two. But I. Damn it. I just. Uh, Here we go. Legs low. Seat low. Like that one. Seat high on that one. Hide the legs. Now, still getting a little used to the scene collection thing. It's a little different. There we go. All right, so what I'll do is, now that I have camera, lamp, the solo collection, low, everything else unselectable, and hide them. I'll just select everything. And this will be my seat low. So now I will export this chat box. I can never find a good spot for that. File, export, FBX. Call this tool low. And selected objects only in the options panel here. You guys can see that, but let me try. But in your export options, there's a little tick box kind of hidden behind my camera feed here. Just make sure you tick the selected objects box. That way you don't export everything in your scene. And you just hit export. All right. Deselect. That's the low. We'll hide the low now. Go back to the high. Make it selectable. Box select everything. Same process, file, export FBX, selected objects only. But as opposed to low, we were going to call this high. This will take a second to export since it's a denser mesh. There we go. Now, if I did everything right, we can hop here into Marmoset, start a bake group, go to the quick loader, and we'll go to Blender Projects, little stool, select our low and high poly, and hopefully okay, why do we have so many materials? Wow, why is it so metallic? Huh. Weird. Whatever. But if I did it right, we should see a high and low, legs high, legs low. See the cage. And I can go ahead and turn these off just so I can see how much I need to project out here. Looks like I need to offset it a little bit. Save folder, so back to little stool, folder. Set. Open that one. Cool. I still got some bleeding out there, so just that a little more. There we go. Oh, that should get us the whole thing. Good. All right. And we'll hide the high poly. We want that way we can see the bake results later. We'll go to the low. Now definitely need a lot of offset on this one to capture those bolts. So I'll just put far out. That should be fine. We'll hide the high. This is a really small asset, so I am a little trying to be a little bit careful. It's gonna be, doesn't have to be as pretty as the other one, but it's still good practice to try to be getting the full bake. Okay. Guy over here a little bit. That way I don't keep clicking on it. And I'm gonna change the guy we're in because I don't really like this one. Kind of like this one. I don't know why that material is so shiny. Anyway, so we'll back to our bake group, collapse the folders. And I'm just gonna do a test bake for the normals. Well, it usually doesn't take this long. And then preview. There we go. Bit of a problem there. I don't know what the deal is with that part. Maybe I didn't project out enough. Oh. Weird. Maybe I just need to bake it a little higher quality. I swear my keyboard is dying. That one part. Odd. There is a little thing we can do to try to cheat that a little bit. Brush a little. Oh, you know what? It's the it's stretched. Stretched pretty badly. I needed to fix that. See that long, skinny polygon right there? That's why it's looking stupid there. Let's see what happens. That helps. I don't think it will. No, it didn't really do anything. What I can do is I can go back in there, play metal, jump into the UV editing. Why that's like that. But one thing I can do to combat that, switch the edge mode, split this into different parts. Going on. Definitely messed up somewhere. I think I've got let me go back into modeling. All vertex. Move doubles. Huh. Oh well, I'll just have to live with it for now. I'll fix that later. But for the sake of the stream, we'll just finish this. Clear. Weird how it's just that one side. Anyways, back to the baker. Looks fairly decent for the most part. I'll go ahead and configure. I want the object normals, height, position, curvature, and thickness for use in Substance Painter. I want to use the vertex colors as my ID map. Normals, ambient occlusion. You know what? Just so I can get rid of this, do the roughness. Do a 4K. Wow, you can do 64 samples now? Holy cow. I think that's it. And ambient occlusion, I want it to not ignore groups. Cavity. And this is gonna bog my PC down, so the stream might get a little glitchy, but just bear with me. Let's bake. Apparently there was just an update to Marmoset Toolbag. So I think maybe that might be part of the reason the material is so shiny. I probably should have removed all the materials. I thought I didn't have any. I don't have any on them. This the ZBrush materials came in. What happened? That's where it's getting that gray. Oh well, no big deal. Doing its thing, bacon. Bacon, bacon, bacon. Got the uh, month of October coming up here soon. And I think I'm gonna try to, I've mentioned it, switch gears a little bit just to kind of further my skill set, get better at art in general. Apparently, October is called Inktober in the world of artists. And drawing and painting in general is something I admittedly avoid, but I really should just try to get a little better at it. So I think I'm gonna make an attempt to participate in the Inktober. I don't know if it's a challenge or if it's just something that goes on. What is going on? There we go. It's seeing two. No, it's still one texture. So seeing Affinity Designer as my, or photo as my let's invert that. I want it to be rough. What is going on? A little better. Metalness. I did not do a metalness. Guess I'll go ahead and do a metalness real quick. Metalness. Let's bake that real quick. Should only take a second. Ooh. Now we're getting somewhere. Still super glossy though. Let's just drag that down. There we go. That's a little more what I thought it would look like. Cavity map. And just keep in mind that this is just using the vertex colors. Drop a light in there. That looks all right, I guess. So we will save this out. Marmoset. Tool. And it's all saved out. And all we need to do now is, let me save this Blender file. Save. Close that out. And we'll hop into Painter here. Two. Tool. Go. Do a 2K resolution. And we're going to do OpenGL. we will add those maps we just baked. Okay. Here's our little stool. I probably should have made that double-sided, but definitely gonna have to do a little bit of the tweaking because I deleted the polys in there to save some polys, but it's really so few anyway that it probably didn't matter. Add this bad boy up. Normal map. Little space. This guy. E. An occlusion. Curvature. Position. Oh, that's metalness. Thickness. There we go. Alrighty, and we will delete that layer. Now hop over to my handy dandy smart materials. I have my stylized wood. Go over here, add a mask color selection, color, and here's the wood. Got that nice cartoony vibe to it. And I have my metal, which if you've seen some of my other streams, somewhere along the line I put the material together wrong. And I have to manually input the maps every time. It's a pain in the butt. Like in the mask editor, I have to go through here. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it is super annoying that I have to do it manually. So for the world space normals, I project. There we go. Base, position, thickness, curvature, and ambient occlusion. That one, and the same thing, I have to go through each layer, and it'll eventually kind of come to life as I get to the top. Ambient occlusion. World space normals, position, thickness, curvature, occlusion. Last but not least, world space, position, thickness, curvature, and occlusion. There we go. That still looks terrible right there, but gotta do spin it around. I definitely have to investigate that. This is gonna be like that, you know. All in all, looks pretty decent though. Bolts look fairly good. We will do a little render dender. Do a clear background. Turn on the post processing. Slicing the parameters, color correction. Flare. Lens distortion? Oh no. Oh, maybe. Interesting. There we go. That's pretty neat. A little more like that. Uh, Change that to bloom. There we go. So override that. Make this 1920 by 1080. So it's just HD. Add on. Really sure what that does, to be honest, but good. Give it a let it run for 30 seconds. A little aggressive on the ambient occlusion, but that's okay. I'll go through later and kind of tweak it. Turn this vignette lens distortion off. There we go, and I'll just do a quick save. And the projects, tool, renders. Tool, one. Yeah, works. I think I like it better with that off. Yeah, let's do that. Just gonna wait for it to render and then I'll do another save. Yeah. Right, let's save. I'll do this one as 2. And there we go. All right, let's go back and so we save this out. File, save as. Want to be a little stool. I try to keep my stuff organized. Like I have the SP files, that's Substance Painter, ZBrush files, Blender files. Just makes it easier to like know what you're looking at. Whenever you open a folder, and it's just easier to open things. It's something I did not do much of when I first started learning how to use pretty much every art and digital program I have. So I definitely recommend making that a habit. as soon as you can. It'll save you a lot of headache. Nothing worse than trying to dig through a bunch of folders looking for a texture or a model that you know you made, but you can't find it. So yeah, that's I'm gonna call it a stream there. I think that it came out pretty good. I definitely need to doctor it up a little bit. Um, Blender 2.8 has been working great so far. There's still some stuff, just basic navigation that I haven't quite figured out. But I just have to keep kind of messing around with it. There's people making tutorials on it already. So it's great. If you're not using it, I definitely recommend giving it a try. If you've been on the fence about giving Blender a try, if you're stuck in another 3D program but you've been wanting to switch, it's a great time to get in there, I think. But yeah, let's call it a day. Tomorrow I'm doing my game stream again. If you want to hop in and check that out, hit that like and subscribe button. That way you'll get notified as soon as I go live. I do go live 3 to 4 times a week. And I am working on posting some pre-recorded content for some reviews. I'm just working on my editing skills because I pretty much have none at this point. But yeah, for those of you who tuned in, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who's been following the channel. And as always, if you have questions or comments or suggestions, just feel free to leave them in the comment section. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you. What's today? Today's Fridays. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow, Saturday, for the game stream. Till then, peace.